All right. I'm talking about Diddy and shit. And post shakedown. Okay, post shakedown. Okay, nothing. To be that big in the industry and shit. Music and film and everything else and shit. You are dirty. Okay, you are inherently dirty. All right, and the people that come into your sphere, they get a glimpse of that. Okay, they get to swim in those waters if they choose to do so and shit. Because those people had to sell their fucking souls to get all that goddamn to get all their wealth and status and time in front of the minority majority cameras and everything. Their machine. They put the rocket ship on their back and shit. And they had to do something strange for some change. So it's like transactional and shit. Even with their artists, the people that they hire and work for them and shit. It just not making excuses for anything and shit, but like the people that come in and make these decisions to sell their souls to these people that do these horrible things and shit allegedly, they know what they're getting themselves into and shit. They engage and partake in that shit until, you know, time is up and shit because you only get 15 minutes of fucking fame. Right? You only get 15 minutes of fucking fame and I ain't caping for this nigga right here. Okay? I ain't caping. I have never really thought shit of him outside of hearing an unreleased track after Biggie Smalls was murdered, that he didn't release this badass track where he was like actually rapping. Man, he was seriously rapping on that track. That was the baddest track that I ever heard. That was like 1/10 of an LL Cool J verse on that shit when he was going off. It was some kind of hook about you got beef and I write checks or some shit. So I heard that, and maybe some people say that's like a little sliver of what's under the skin, but you don't get anywhere in that cutthroat business and in this society by being weak and being milk toast and shit with people and especially with no goddamn women. Okay, now the reason I'm making this goddamn commentary is because there's a certain content creator. She has this dirty ass fucking laugh and shit. She belongs to a certain, media group and shit, And those people, they provide a service to, the unwashed masses and shit who can't look for themselves and shit a lot of times. And I ain't shitting on them, okay? I'm not shitting on them. Okay, I'm not shitting. I'm just saying, be human. Be honest and shit. This bitch, I wish she would just admit that she is a misandrist. Okay, she is a fucking misandrist. She hates black men. A low level of contempt is not so low. Okay, but she made excuses. For all the bitches that done crazy shit this summer, she done made excuses for every last one of them and shit. Discounted even that goddamn Carly Russell. She was sitting up with her associate and shit, and they were ruminating about how they can't pass judgment because there's mental issues and all this crap. They ain't mental nothing. All right, they always do that. They discount, the egregious things that her gender does. And I hate that I have to say this in our fucking ethnic group and shit. I hate that I have to say this, but I'm pissed off and shit. Okay, I'm not saying the lady's name and shit, the old lady's name. But she is a misandrist. She done said disparaging shit about Kevin Samuels, understandable, along with David Carroll and, other people and shit. Then they step there and they try to act like they for black people and shit, black men, but it's really they just for themselves, their gender. Okay, and her other associate actually gave me my fucking flowers and admitted as much as shit when I did a video on her and shit, some shit she said. Okay, and I'm just tired of them. They called those a lot of these R. Kelly supposed victims, their parents that had trafficked them, other women had trafficked their own fucking daughters. They never talked about that shit, but they drug a boy to the fucking they drug him under the tree and shit. Okay, and I'm like, hey, all them bitches need to be hanging up. They don't. They always discount things for their gender. That's why I said fucking SYS BM until I die and shit because the code of silence needs to come down. We're going to tear your wall down, like Ronald Reagan said back in the 80s. Bring those walls down and shit, okay? We're going to expose your fucking ass. You're going to get your fucking weave snatched off. Okay? You're going to get your weave snatched off. I'm just telling you, you're a misandrist. I'm not saying your fucking name. I'm saying, I just want to say fuck you. Okay? Fuck you. Okay? Stop pretending like you some kind of pro-black or something and shit. When you discount the evil that your own gender does in our community and wreck it and fuck it up and shit. And I'm not lying. I put receipts in almost over 90% of my videos. I put receipts in. I never just do a cold start like I'm doing right now and shit. But I just was irritated and shit because it's not about Diddy. but it's about your gloating, okay? And I want to commend you because this is one of the few videos she didn't do that dirty laugh, but she was so glib, seeing him sitting there holding his head and his hands and shit. And I didn't give a fuck and shit. I cared about what she was doing, what a lot of black women do. They sit up and celebrate our defeats and our failures and shit, and they don't take accountability for their own shit, and they discount it, and nothing gets done. And that's why the women are fucked up and they're unsuitable for marriage or anything else, especially any kind of business relationship. Going forward and shit, motherfuckers gonna have to start wearing body cams in the future. Okay, keeping bitches at arm's distance and non-disclosures up the ass and everything. And everything. You really can't do business with no women and shit. If you're a man, especially a successful man, they usually come up off our success like a fucking barnacle and shit. When they have their success, it's self-serving. It only serves their gender and shit or anything else. They're not doing anything really for the community and shit. And they co-sign all the nonsense that goes on politically and shit. They're right there at the right hand. And I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of this shit. Probably gonna lose some subscribers. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'm probably never gonna get a thousand subs. And I'm not monetized. Okay, I'm just saying, like, I want to tell this lady, hey, I know who you are. I see you. Your mask has been off for the last 3 years and shit or more. And fuck you. Okay, fuck you. I'm not saying your goddamn name. Okay, you have a nice day, and I ain't hating on you or nothing for that. I'm hating on you, a hypocrite. Just admit you hate black men. Okay, you hate them. Okay, it's not about Puff Daddy's degenerate ass. Okay, it's his lightweight ass. Okay, got a shitload of money. A lawsuit. He ain't give up enough money where he moving into the ghetto. Okay, he ain't living in the Good Times apartment and shit with Florida and JJ. He's not poor and destitute and shit. Just in that same business where you have to do all this shit and sell your soul and make all these pledges and do all this crap. They ain't letting you get out of there with any kind of generational wealth that is considerable that can come back to threaten their situation at some time and shit. Okay. All right, that's a little bit of word salad shit. I'm just saying, Eddie Griffin said you ain't getting out of this business clean if you're a black man and shit. And it's always gonna be somebody dirty panties all over your fucking face. I don't know how you women look yourself in the mirror and think you doing something and shit. Think you fucking with somebody because somebody paid a check and shit. It's just some chick's dirty, used up drawers. Some chick that hit the wall and had some kids with a simp. It's just her shit. It's just her extortion. Okay, you laugh about that. Okay, laugh about your criminal shit. Okay, and we ain't gonna laugh with you.